All right, hey, good to see you guys. So let's just get right into it, because I've got a lot to cover today. I've been doing this crypto testing thing for a few years now, and honestly at this point, it's just kind of how my brain works. I see a project, I want to know if it's real. Mining tech in particular has been pulling a lot of my attention lately because there's some interesting infrastructure stuff happening there right now. And today, I figured let's just stop being quiet about it and walk through everything live on my actual account. And then at the end, I want to talk about something that I think matters a lot more than people give it credit for: how to not get wrecked out here. Okay, let's move. So before I start clicking around, one thing I want to mention up front is that this app runs on any device. Phone, tablet, desktop, doesn't matter what I'm sitting at. That's actually more uncommon than it should be, so it's worth noting. Alright, so I'm opening up a browser tab and heading to the site. Okay, so page is up. I'm going ahead and clicking launch right here, and there's my dashboard. So this is essentially the control room. Everything I need to run and track a session is sitting right in front of me here. So first thing I'm doing is selecting a token, and I want to actually pause on this for a second. The platform runs on multi-chain technology, which means I'm looking at 14 different assets to choose from. That kind of range genuinely opens up the flexibility of how I use this thing. Okay, token is locked in. Now I'm moving into the Datacenter Cluster settings. So what I'm doing here is essentially deciding how hard the system is going to work, how much capacity gets committed, and how the session is going to perform throughout its run. And it's directly connected to the fee at the end, so I'm being deliberate here rather than just maxing everything out without thinking. All right, I'm satisfied with where these are, hitting start now, and okay, session is live and running. The console is showing me everything in real time: elapsed time, resource load, my session progress, and there's a live log feed right here that I find really useful to keep tabs on as things move. So I'm gonna let this run for a few minutes, and while it does, I'll get ready to walk through what happens on the other side. Okay guys, all right, so a few minutes have gone by. I think that's a good run. Let me go ahead and stop the session now. Okay, session is done, and right here it's giving me the full breakdown of what was mined. So to actually get coins out, the first thing I need is to enter my XRP address for the token I was running. Let me just take care of that now. All right, that's in. Next up is the infrastructure fee. So that's what the platform charges for the session, and it's calculated based on the configuration I had set and how long the session ran. And this is something I actually want to highlight. I'm not limited to one specific token to cover this. I can use whatever makes the most sense for me at this moment. There's also a wallet connect option to handle it automatically in one shot, but I'm going manual today just so everything is laid out step by step and clear to follow. All right, everything is filled in, tapping I've sent right here, and now it's just processing. Should clear out pretty quickly. And actually, while that's moving, this is genuinely the right moment to get into what I promised at the top, because the scam awareness stuff, I actually care about this one. So I'll just say it plainly, I've been scammed before, and not just once, a few times. And the reason that happened isn't because I wasn't paying attention. It's because projects are genuinely good at being convincing, at least on the surface. They're not hiding anywhere exotic either. Basically everywhere that normal, curious people are already spending time. And what makes it an ongoing problem is that this space just never slows down. New platforms, new narratives, new hype cycles, constantly. That pace creates this pressure where stopping to be careful starts to feel like missing out. And that's exactly the psychological window that bad projects slide through. So a few things that are now just part of how I look at stuff. Always check is the site itself. And I know it sounds almost too basic, but it's one of the most reliable signals I've found. Scam projects almost always look like they were assembled rather than built. Something about the proportions, the spacing, the way elements sit on the page, it just gives off this feeling of something that was made to pass a glance, not to actually be used. A project that's built with real intention behind it just carries a different kind of weight visually, and you can feel the difference pretty quickly. Okay, so bringing it all home. I've been running this platform consistently for a few weeks now, over 14 sessions logged, worked through basically the full asset list, genuinely tried to stress test it from different angles, and the honest answer is every single run came through clean. No hiccups, no weird holdups, nothing that gave me pause. Consistent every time, which at this point says something. So if that's something you want to explore for yourself, link is in the description. I've also got it pinned in the comments. Alright guys, that's everything for today. Really appreciate you being here.